live it up. Live like it's the night of your life. You got the right to live. So go and live it up. Live like it's the night of your life. Let's start the party. Start the party. Live it up. Live like it's the night of your life. You got the right to live. So go and live it up. Live like it's the night of your life. Let's start the party. Start the party. Live it up.
I'm dangerous like tightrope. No talking, not that of a maestro. More like that lizard from Geico. When I lick, you go psycho. Downtown, I'm more famous than Michael. My game, I gave it to Tycho. Gene Simmons up my time. Whoa, got mind control. Damn control. Up to your spine and back down to your toes. Melt you, mama, like pie.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Xander Effect. I'm your host, Xander Dames. In entertainment news, Lean On Me and Lovely Day singer Bill Withers dies at the age of 81. In sports, Rex Ryan apologizes for calling Amari Cooper a turd. And in video game news, brand new Call of Duty DLC is confirmed for next week. We'll talk a little bit about that. Plus, special guest today, DJ Makasi joins the Xander Effect and talks a little bit about his adventures in DJing around the world. But first, here is FM's Implosion Model right here on the Xander Effect.
Darkness, all to G. stake in my life. When I signed the letter to President Roosevelt, recommending that the atom bombs be made.
That was the FM's Implosion Model right here on the Xander Effect. In entertainment news, the music world has lost a legend in music. Bill Withers, who wrote and performed Lean On Me, Lovely Day, and Ain't No Sunshine, passed away today at the age of 81. He did so many great musics. Lean On Me, Lovely Day, and Ain't No Sunshine have been performed in many different places, movies, television shows, parties, you name it. These songs are pretty much the anthem for trying to pick people up, especially right now. With what's going on with the coronavirus, this song has been utilized to try to inspire and motivate people with hope. And that was the whole purpose of these songs, Lean On Me and Lovely Day, is to go ahead and inspire hope. The 3-time Grammy Award winner, basically, he passed away in Los Angeles due to heart complications. His family gave a statement saying, "We are devastated by the loss of our beloved, devoted husband and father, a solitary man with a heart driven to connect to the world at large with his poetry and music. He spoke honestly to people and connected them to each other. As private a life as he lived, close to intimate family and friends, his music forever belongs to the world. In this difficult time, we pray his music offers comfort and entertainment as fans hold tight to loved ones." Withers' music has always inspired, and it was performed, like I said, in many different places, including some of his songs were performed during the inaugural ceremonies of President Obama and President Bill Clinton. The Associated Press went ahead and posted different quotes from different fans, including people in the entertainment industry. Billy D. Williams tweeted, "Your music cheered my heart and soothed my soul." Chance the Rapper said, some of the best songs of all time. My heart really hurts for him. Lenny Kravitz said, "My soul always has and always will be full of your music." The ASCAP president and chairman Paul Williams said, "We lost a giant of songwriting today," and the list goes on of so many people that will miss Withers' music and inspiration, but his legacy obviously will continue to live on. In other entertainment news, Kourtney Kardashian has decided to take a break from being a part of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, especially after that fight that I talked about a while back between her and Kim Kardashian. It pretty much served as a catalyst for her to take a break and to focus more on raising her 2 children. She said she basically gave a statement saying, "I'm definitely disappointed in myself. I don't think that my response was matching up with what her exact comment was. Being violent isn't the answer, but it was just the buildup of years and months of everything." She also said, "I just feel like every day it's like they just pick on me and I just can't do it anymore. I feel like I'm almost more mad at Khloe than Kim. Because I expected from Kim, but like Khloe just takes everyone's side, always except for me, when I'm not even asking her opinion. I do feel like part of it is my own thing. Like, I was anxious about filming this season because it doesn't make me happy. I don't want to miss out on time with my kids, and it's not worth it." So at the end of the day, it looks like Kourtney's going to be taking a break from Keeping Up with the Kardashians, which, I mean, after filming so many seasons and, pretty much not having virtually a private life, I don't blame her. I mean, the pressure more than likely got to her. So much is going on in the world around us. Granted, when they were filming this, none of this craziness was going on, but I'm sure that just the pressure alone pretty much just got to her. I mean, and if they were trying to film with everything that's going on, it's just not going to go ahead and make it any better. So I mean, good on her for taking a break from filming. I mean, many people, they do tend to want to take a break when the pressure gets to them. Obviously, got to her, and the cameras are filming again, as usual, as they usually are, and they weren't giving them any type of they weren't giving her any type of privacy during this time. So good on her for doing that, and we'll see what happens in the coming weeks. Obviously, not much is going to happen because everything's at a standstill. So let me rephrase. We'll see what happens in the coming months, and if there's even going to be another season with everything that's going on. Who knows if they're going to be able to even film anything, depending on how long the crisis lasts. In other entertainment news, Christopher Milani is returning as Elliot Stabler in pretty much a spin-off from New Law & Order SVU. And it's going to be really cool because a lot of people were really happy to hear that he's coming back. Apparently, his character, Milani's character, Elliot Stabler, is coming out of retirement in this new spin-off, and it does take place in New York, and a lot of people are really excited. Many fans took to Twitter. There was one fan that said @weave_somewound said, "This is the most exciting news. I love Stabler and can't wait for this show." Another Twitter follower @angel_IC said, "Elliot Stabler is coming back. Maybe 2020 isn't so bad." Another Twitter follower @bad_carmama said, "I don't think Chris Milani realizes how much joy this Elliot Stabler news brings to so many people during quarantine." So a lot of fans are very excited about that. They're also very excited at the possibility of a crossover between this new show, which hasn't been, there is no title for it just yet, and the current SVU, because the character of Elliot Stabler and Olivia Benson, which is played by Mariska Hargitay, they were partners for many seasons. And Stabler's the character of Elliot Stabler departed in season 12, just decided to up and retire from the force, leaving a lot of questions between the relationship between Elliot and Olivia. So a lot of fans are hoping that there's some sort of a crossover, and they're hoping that maybe they might focus a little bit on that relationship, with a few Twitter followers saying, one Twitter follower saying at Al Quintanilla says, "Stabler is returning. I've been waiting 9 years for this. OMG. Stabler plus Benson reunion needs to happen, and they better make it good." At Roro Malon tweeted, "OMFG. Could Stabler and Benson be reunited in some sort of crossover?" At Team Hotchness tweeted, "Elliot Stabler and Olivia Benson will be endgame. Change my mind." At Evelyn Finkles tweeted, Listen, if Chris is returning as Elliot Stabler after all these years, I deserve to see Olivia Benson and Elliot Stabler kiss each other on the mouth." So a lot of people are rooting for both of them to link up. Still no word as exactly what this spinoff will be about, but one thing is for sure, that Elliot Stabler is coming out of retirement, and a lot of people are excited about that. So we'll see what happens when the new show premieres. Again, there is no set date, but definitely, and no title for it yet, but there is definitely hope on the horizon that there might be a crossover, and we'll see where it takes us from there. In other entertainment news, I had the opportunity to interview a world traveling DJ Makasi, and he gave me a little insight on what his travels are all about, and how his experience DJing around the world has made him appreciate everything around him and his music. Plus, there's also an awesome song that he did, a collaboration that he did with Gregoir Cruz called Manos En Mi. And that song, let me tell you, I heard the song and it's amazing, but don't take my word for it. Here is Manos En Mi with DJ Makasi, Gregoir Cruz, featuring Tima Dee, right here on the Xander Effect.
Met you in the summertime, todo el día mente en lime. Nunca olvidar ese día. was best to spy, and I wanna relive that night. Ahora estás en mi avenida. No me hagas esperar. Wanna be up in your palm. Estoy parado aquí. You know what I need.
So on the Xander Effect, I have a worldwide DJ here, DJ Makasi. DJ, how you doing?
What's up, Xander? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. You know, just trying to go ahead and remain indoors as the world is going through this craziness right now, man.
We have to.
We all have to, man. Where are you based out of right now?
I'm from Belgium, Antwerp City.
Oh, okay.
It's a complete lockdown here. I mean, you can still go outside for like the necessities, but that's pretty much it.
Nice, nice. So we just got done listening to a brand new single that you just came out with Gregoir Cruz featuring Tima Dee, Manos En Mi, and that song's amazing, man. That song was absolutely beautiful.
Thank you so much.
So before we get to talk about that song, I want to just ask how did you get started in this DJ industry?
How did I get started? Well, I've been in this game for like 16, 17 years. Started like super young when I was 13 years old, like got my first touch on an actually vinyl. And I was like, whoa, I can really control like a crowd. Like I can influence people and in a good way. And actually my sister came always back from like these parties and she was telling me like these crazy adventures. As a 13, 14-year-old, you just want to know all about it. And then I started messing around with music, with DJing, like with actually like OG DJs from Belgium. They kind of learned me the whole skill, and I was mesmerized. I really wanted to know. I really wanted to get to know this business, and I actually never stopped. Like 17 years later, I'm still here.
Wow. No, that's really cool though that you continuing on. Is it difficult at all for you to have started this type of career?
I don't know because I started that young. I pretty much don't know anything else that well, you know.
Mhm.
Um, and I would say like, is it difficult? Yeah, but it's not really difficult if you really enjoy what you're doing, you know.
Very true.
Um, so I would say like if you only do it like halfway, then it's probably a lot more difficult than if you really put your mind and effort into it.
That's very true. That's a very good way of looking at it. And you've actually done you've played with some pretty big talents on stage like Flo Rida, T Pain, Will
Exactly.
I Am, 50 Cent, NERD, Neo. I mean, the list is pretty big, man. I mean,
The
how?
list is the list is pretty much endless because when I was like 17, like a resident club in Holland, they booked me every day, and the club was so big, it was like 3,000 people, and the only way they could fill it was with these big time artists, you know. So we had 50 Cent, we have Flo Rida, T Pain, like all the heavy hitters, definitely from that era. And I got to meet them. I got to get to know them, get to chill with them. And yeah, I mean, like touring around, and you come across like their squad, and then you kind of become friends in a way
Yeah.
with some of them, you know. So yeah, I was blessed that I could do it at a very young age.
Have you done any type of collaboration with any of those artists?
Not yet, but what they did is like they would introduce me to like proteges of them,
Hmm.
and we would always keep in touch. Like whenever I'm abroad or they're here, like I can hit up their manager or even them, and then I would just chill out with them. You know, I mean, they're still on another level. Let's say
Hmm.
they have too many managers interfering with the whole yes and no on a track. I mean, I'm not there yet, but I'm coming for them.
Nice, right on. So are you touring right now? Well, obviously we're all on lockdown, but before the lockdown happened, were you touring at all?
I was. I actually did like a really big tour for a month and a half, end of December,
Mhm.
and until the end of January. And I did. Let me check. I did India. I did China. I did Thailand. I did Taiwan. I did Philippines. I did. I don't know. It was a really big tour, and actually, that was the same time when the coronavirus was spreading out.
Oh wow.
So we were hearing about it, and meantime, when we were in the Philippines, there was like an eruption of a volcano.
Oh
So like a
wow.
lot of things going on. So actually, I was probably one of the last ones that could do like a big tour like that, and very fortunate that I could come get home back safe. So yeah,
And without any issues, obviously.
without any issues, exactly,
Well, that's good, man. At least you avoided getting infected because this this
exactly.
this thing's getting out of control. There's now over 1 million people infected worldwide. It's
It's
insane.
insane. It's insane.
Um, so now that obviously you're staying at home, you're working on music.
Yes.
I mean, besides music, I mean, I also understand that you also did Fashion Week as well.
In New York.
Hmm.
Yeah, many times. I mean, I did Fashion Week in Milan, Paris, New York. I had a really good friend. He was like one of the main photographers for New York, and he would always book me. And that was a long time ago. And then we became friends. I was the official DJ of a couple of fashion brands from Milan. Yeah, I mean, I've been around there quite a couple of times, even in Russia, for all these fashion brands.
Do
It
you
was
enjoy?
fun.
I was about to ask you, do you enjoy doing a lot of the Fashion Week stuff?
It's totally different, though. I mean,
I mean, do they ask you to go ahead and like wear certain styles for it to kind of go with the
yeah,
motif?
they ask you to represent the brand that you're playing.
Hmm.
That's pretty obvious. Um, why I don't like it is because it's super stressful, and the only thing they care about is the catwalk, and anything else, it doesn't really matter. You know,
Hmm.
I mean, after the catwalk, the vibe is like much more relaxing, and you can do pretty much whatever you want if it was a good catwalk. But before the catwalk, it's like stress all over the place, and that's not really a nice vibe to be in.
Well, I could imagine. Yeah, I can imagine because it's like crazy during Fashion Week. I've been to a couple of
Exactly.
those. I've been to a couple of those events, and they're nuts. But so going back to some of the other artists that you've worked with, I also understand that you worked with DJs like Chucky, Laidback Luke, A-Track, Martin Solveig,
Yeah.
Afrojack, Rehab, and Nervo. I mean, how is it like, working with these DJs? I mean, was it a learning experience or was it on equal ground? I mean, how was this like for you?
The crazy thing is, you share the same stage a lot, and then in the beginning you just say hi or you pass each other, and then the more often you see each other, well, most of the time you start with taking a shot together, and then it's at an after party. You don't really realize it, but in fact you're partying with your heroes, so that's pretty cool. And then you become friends with them, and yeah, you got them on. You can ask them things you always wanted to ask, or you can just chill out with them. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
I
I'm
mean,
not complaining.
are you mainly just touring in Europe, or do you make it across over here to the States much?
Before I would do a lot of touring in New York and LA, because I really wanted to make it in that. Actually, I lived in LA and New York for a couple of months because I really wanted to make it there. That was when I was 20-ish. I had to get in everywhere with a fake ID. Uh,
As we all never did. We never did that. No,
exactly.
never. I
I'll
never
never
did.
do
I was a perfect little angel. What are you talking about?
it. Yeah, I bet you did. No, so I kind of wanted to make it in the States because that's like the big dream, the American dream. I returned back home really broke, but I had a lot of contacts. And then I just started focusing DJing here in Europe. Then I got some opportunities outside of Europe, and those opportunities got me bookings in Asia and South America. And that's when it really started going. I was doing tours pretty much every other month in South America or in Asia. Pretty much, I would say my market is in Asia right now. But having done like all the big festivals from Ultra Korea to Tomorrowland to Sunburn, I mean, like these are like the biggest festivals
Yeah,
all over.
Tomorrowland especially.
Yeah,
I know about
I've
Tomorrowland.
been I've been at Tomorrowland. I can't say resident, but I've played Tomorrowland 9 years in a row, and pretty much 2 times every time I was playing there. So, yeah, I mean, I've been around at all these parties, and yeah, it's pretty fun.
Nice.
Can't
So
complain.
I mean, are you ever going, like, obviously once this lockdown is over, I mean, would you ever have you been invited to, like, spin over at EDC here in the
See, that's
States, or whatchamacallit,
that's
or
the
Coachella,
thing.
Coachella?
The the biggest that's the like the not the problem, but like the States is like all these DJs. They're so united. It's like a really big family. It's
Like a
so hard to
fraternity.
get in there. Fraternity. Yeah.
I
I
mean,
mean, like,
that's pretty much how you're describing it. It almost sounds like it's a fraternity or a mafia of
it's
some sort that, you got, or a gang that the only way you can get in is if you get jumped in or something.
I mean, you're from LA, right? So, Scam pretty much
Scam
dominated
artists,
the
yeah.
whole West Coast, and then
Yeah.
4 a.m. Dominated the whole East Coast part.
Mhm.
So, if you wanted to play and get like some kind of fee, you had to be with one of those parties. If
True.
not, then well, bye bookings, And they have Vegas, they have all the big clubs, and that's so hard to get into. So I stopped focusing on being part of those guys and really just started to do my own thing. That's why, just to broaden up the whole my spectrum of where I could DJ, I started producing music, and then because I was playing so much, because I was DJing so much in South America, we decided to do the Tima Dee track with Gregoir Cruz, the Manos En Mi track, I mean, and just to like people can still listen to it. And then when I ever get the chance of playing and one of those cool festivals in America, maybe they know the song, you know.
Well, that's no, and I want to talk about that single. What really irks me a little bit is the fact of the matter that these companies are monopolizing talent, and they're monopolizing the areas, because I mean, you're a very talented DJ. I heard your music, and it's just such a pity that these companies don't give an opportunity, or they like I say, they monopolize the industry so much that they don't give room for talented DJs. I mean, they have their own talented DJs, but it's like, dude, give a little room for other talented DJs too. I mean, the world is filled with talent, and the world is a big place. Everybody could fit in it. So
that
for
is
them
true, but
to monopolize
on the other side, it's like almost impossible for them to get something done in the European or Asian market. You know, so like you're an American
so it goes
DJ,
both ways.
you're good in America, but it's so hard for them to travel outside. I mean, there are a couple of guys doing it, but nowhere near as
But the thing is, in my opinion, I believe that the European market is larger than the market here in the United States.
Probably.
Yeah,
Probably. We have way more. I think Belgium and Holland have the most festivals in the world. Like, you can go to a festival like 5 times or 10 times a day in each country.
I mean, you also have Ibiza. You know, I mean,
exactly.
They have their very own island right there. I mean, you guys have. It just seems that that Europe has a broader base of places where they could do festivals. The United States only has like really 2 major states that have those types of festivals, which is Nevada and California. These are the only 2 places, and maybe Florida and Miami. But that's about it. You know, just these 3 states. I mean, over there you have Belgium, you have Spain, you have Paris, you have Russia, you have Russia even.
Croatia is coming up. All these countries. Yeah,
it's such a broad place. Like, you could have festivals anywhere, Germany, anywhere, and there's just so many places to go to. Here in the States, you only have like maybe 3 spots where you could do a festival, which is insane. So so that's why I'm saying that I believe that the European, and not only that, but I also believe that this type of music originated in Europe. The type of electro music, this type of music, techno, whatever you want to. It all originated in Europe. So, in my opinion, I believe that Europe has, the best and bigger market than the United States. I think the United States is a little behind the times, and for them to monopolize the things the way they do, it's just, I mean, I could see why Europe would monopolize it, why they would go ahead and keep it so exclusive, because they've been around for so long. They've been around for years. They've earned that right to become exclusive. The U.S., in my opinion, the U.S. hasn't earned that right yet. Scam artists, honestly, scam artists started like just a few years ago. Because I remember, because I used to be a Hollywood club promoter for over 10 years.
Okay. Yeah.
And scam artists didn't start until probably like, I would have to say maybe 3 or 4 years after I was promoting.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, this is back in early 2000s that scam artists began.
But they blew up like super quick, right?
Oh yeah, of course they did. They blew up super quick because of the connections they have here in the States. They have like really big connections with a lot of musical artists. Jermaine Dupri. They had connections with him, obviously. Lil Wayne also has connections with them as well. I mean, there's a lot of big connections that help them get to the stature.
And they have the radio at Power 106.
Yeah, they have that as well. So but they didn't even enter Power 106, like I said, until just a few years ago. Yeah, that was after. That was after they started becoming big. You know, so like they didn't even, or at least that's what I'm assuming. I don't want to be quoted on that, but that's what I'm assuming that because I didn't even know about scam artists until later on.
Okay.
And, that's when I started hearing about them. So that's what I'm saying is that
they did it right. They did it right. They united as like a group of popular DJs and they started something. And that's, I think, the way you have to do it. And they pretty much dominate now the whole West Coast.
Yeah, for sure. But that's all they dominate. And that's an issue. Like, it's like, dude, you only dominate California and Nevada. That's it. Like,
I mean, like DJs would kill to have a residency in Vegas. I mean, I
True.
think like if you see all these clips from these guys, it's pretty insane.
No,
But
that's true.
still, it's not a visa. That's true.
Yeah, and that's the thing is that at the end of the day, it's all about location. I mean, I used to
Mhm,
be a real estate agent, and that was our motto: location, location, location.
mhm.
Obviously, we have the most trendiest location, but Europe has the most broadest location.
Uh-huh.
So it's just it's and not only that, you have the most fans in Europe. You don't have you don't have bigger fans here in the States because we're only a certain amount of population, especially in
Uh-huh.
California, Nevada. I mean, that's
Uh-huh.
nothing compared to Europe. Those are
Yeah.
just too small. Like, I think California and Nevada would be considered, small compared to the countries. I mean, we're talking about
Uh-huh.
countries, not even states. We're talking about countries with hundreds of thousands of millions of people
Mhm,
that are fans of these
mhm.
DJs. Compared to California, Florida, and possibly New York and Nevada. You
Yeah, yeah,
know,
yeah.
I mean, compared to that, it's a smaller comparison. So
Mhm.
I mean, but again, we have the trend. We have the entertainment capital of the world is here.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's the advantage. That's about the only advantage that we have is that
I mean,
we are the
you have
entertainment.
the entertainment capital, and you have all the artists living there. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly, and the weather,
and the weather.
and the weather, which everybody loves. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I could see that. I could definitely see why it's so hot over here. So let's talk a little bit about your single. How did you all come together to do this type of collaboration? Because "Manos En Mi"
Yeah.
is an amazing song. It's a beautiful track.
So let me think. How did it start? So Greg had like an idea,
Mhm.
which didn't actually sound at all the way it sounds now, but he had like an idea. I was like, okay, I can do something with this. So I kind of finished it, and I reached out to some people, and then Tima Dee, who lives in LA, by the way, she was like, okay, can I do whatever I want to do? I was
She's
like,
got an
yeah,
incredible voice, by the way.
exactly, for sure. Like she's awesome. So she started doing something. I didn't know whatever she was going for, and then she came back with it with Spanish vocals, and she was like, I'm not sure my Spanish is good enough for this, but check it out. I was like, okay, Spanish. But I listened to it, and like the vibe felt immediately right. We did some tweaks here and there, and the track was finished. It was that easy. It was that quick.
And did you guys do this all via like because she lives here, so I'm assuming she wasn't
Yeah.
there when you guys did the song, or was she?
No, no, she
Wow.
was in LA.
So you gave her
It's
the
a
tracks
it's
and
a
she just recorded it separately.
exactly. It's the power of power of the internet, power of 2020.
Wow. Wow. See, but and that's what I'm saying is that that's actually a good thing because that means that you could actually bring DJs from across the pond over
Exactly.
here without physically bringing them over here and just
Exactly.
showcasing them here in the States.
And the crazy thing with Tima, I think I waited 2 days and I wasn't even ready to open it. Like she was so quick, so professional,
Mhm.
and it was pretty much one take, and that was all it took. And that's the cool thing with the internet. You can make as many beats as you want. You can send them out to a lot of artists, and then if something sticks, you go with it, and you start finishing it.
Wow. But that's amazing though. That's so awesome. Look how far we've gone in the years. Man, it's
For sure.
crazy. So what other things do you have popping up? Obviously, like I said, we're on lockdown, but as soon as this lockdown is over with, what are the future plans for DJ Makasi?
Okay, so my one plan is I'm growing a beard since the last booking I had, and I'm I'm
Nice.
dying to shave it off when I'm doing my first booking ever again. So I hope that's pretty soon because I hate having a beard. Other than that, I'm doing I'm doing bedroom sessions every day. I'm DJing live from my bedroom, just actually for me because I really enjoy it. I mess with music. I'm playing some old music, some new music. I'm doing requests, and it's every day from 5 till 6. That is European time. And other than that, I'm working so much on music. Everybody's in the studio. It's so easy to get a hold of anyone. And everybody is dying to work together.
Yeah, because no one can go anywhere.
Exactly. I mean, this is actually the best time. Like, if you're not doing anything productive now, you should probably stop doing music, because then it's not for you. I mean, this is definitely the time to make things happen.
No, that's definitely true. And like you, a lot of DJs are doing the same thing. They're also doing a lot of live Facebook performances and Instagram live performances as well. I have a buddy of mine that he used to be a DJ for the Black Eyed Peas.
Oh, yeah?
He was actually their producer, one of the producers working under Will I Am. And his name is DJ Rick One, and he's been doing a lot of like parties from his studio, because he has a studio in Santa Monica.
I think I met Rick One.
Oh, dude, Rick One's like the coolest dude you'll ever meet.
Yeah.
And he's producing Crazy Town's music as well right now. He's doing Crazy Town. So, but yeah, man, he's been on Facebook. And he's been playing a lot of like, he's been spinning a lot for everybody, you know, pretty much kind of doing like a house party type of thing almost every week. And dude, his music is amazing. Like his mixes are freaking awesome. Like he brings back a lot of we'll talk a little bit about that on social media, which brings up my question. How can people stalk you on social media?
I mean, the platform I'm most on is definitely Instagram. And that's / DJ Makasi. But pretty much, if you want to reach out to me, I'm reading everything. You know, like even if you're hitting me on Twitter or Facebook or TikTok, whatever, I'll find your message, and I'm a social guy, you know.
So I have to ask you one other thing. I just actually realized this, that you also have, because I'm also like, while we're talking, I'm checking out your Instagram, and it says International Party Jedi. I gotta ask you about that name.
I don't know. I had so many weird things on there. One was like, "I love you, Jessica Alba," and they said like, "No, it's the first thing they see when they're looking for you or they come across you. So it has to be something you're doing. So you're a DJ, and make it a bit funny." You know, I was just watching Star Wars. I'm a big Star Wars fan.
Yeah, so am I.
Like an International Jedi. And why is it Super Makasi, or why is it Jedi? Because I like to say I'm doing that little bit extra than other DJs. I mean, no disrespect to other DJs, of course, but I'm also like a really big entertainer. I like to do crazy things, and I always try to be like a bit different, a bit unexpected, you know. So whenever you come to a show of mine, I would say like expect the unexpected.
Nice. So you're pretty much a Pandora's box.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to be.
There you go. That's a cool
Sometimes
thing.
it's good and sometimes not that well, but like most of the time it's good. Sometimes even I'm amazed, like, what did I just do there?
You're like, seriously, what was I thinking? But that was cool.
What was I thinking? Exactly.
But that was still cool, though. I like that. Anyways, well, DJ Makasi, thank you so much for being on the Xander Effect. Appreciate your time, man. Hopefully, I can get you back on here again.
Sure.
I'm more than happy to continue to play your music on my show. And when you get some new stuff, definitely would love to go ahead and schedule some time to chat with you about anything new that you got going on. Hopefully, once this crisis is over with, we could all go back to our normal lives and be able to enjoy life a lot more. Seeing as a lot of things that we take for granted right now are things that pretty much are making us see. You know what? I enjoy the simple things. As simple as a hug is what I would enjoy, and we can't even have that right now. So it's crazy, man. It's crazy. But you remain safe out there, and just keep on doing what you're doing, man. Just keep on entertaining all of us, man. And we'll definitely talk very soon.
Thanks, man. Thanks so much for reaching out. And make sure you come, you drop by with the bedroom sessions when I go live.
No, but I'd love to chat. Yeah, most definitely. I'd love to go ahead and check out those sessions, man. So, I mean, if your music is any indication of how good you are, I got to check you out when you're like, in action. So we'll definitely do
Definitely
that.
have to.
Awesome, brother. We will talk soon, man. Take care.
Awesome, man. Thank you very much. Take care.
Thank you so much, DJ Makasi, for being on the Xander Effect. I appreciate your time for being on here, and hopefully we'll have you again very soon. In sports, Rex Ryan apologizes to Amari Cooper after going on Pro Football Talk and calling him a turd. ESPN decided to go ahead and play Rex Ryan's comment to try to stir up some stuff between Ryan and Cooper, but then they realized that it was a little inappropriate, so instead they made Rex Ryan apologize, but with his apology, it seemed like it was a little forced, and it didn't seem like it was sincere. Ryan said, quote, "I can't believe I said that, used that word. Obviously, it was a poor choice by me to say what I said about Amari. Anybody who knows me, look, quite honestly, I think the world of every player and have a great deal of respect for every single player in the National Football League, including Amari Cooper. With that being said, I think the Cowboys overspent for Amari Cooper. The reason for it is I don't doubt that this is an elite player. He has those traits, but an elite player to me shows up on the road. He shows up against great corners, and he shows up in crunch time. And those are three things that Amari Cooper has not done so far in his career. In fact, I think he's won one playoff game as a player. And all those things are how I feel about this young man as a receiver. But what I added at the end of that, I want to apologize to Amari again and hope he accepts my apology. It's highly unlikely because it was more, that apology seemed more of a backhanded apology. It started off like that, but he still continued to criticize Amari Cooper as a player. So chances are highly unlikely that Amari Cooper is going to go ahead and accept that apology, seeing as it didn't seem like it was too sincere from Rex Ryan. So we'll see what Amari responds, if he even responds to Rex Ryan's apology in the near future. In other sports news, looks like Ty Law went on WEII and basically was talking about how Peyton Manning would buy him some drinks to try to go ahead and get information out of him about the defense whenever they played together. And it was an interesting story because it seems like Peyton Manning had good reason, because every time twice that they would meet each other in postseason, Law would intercepted Manning about 5 times. So Manning always wanted to go ahead and get an edge on the competition. He went on WEII and said, Ty Law said, quote, "Peyton would try to get you. Once you get over to the Pro Bowl, you're on the same team. Peyton tried to get you drunk and then tried to dig in your brain. What did you see? Why did you do this? He'd feed you these Mai Tais, then he'd butter you up and ask you, what did you see, and this and that." I was like, Peyton, I ain't falling for that S. So Ty Law, as drunk as he would try to get him the truth serum in him, Ty Law was not budging, and it looks like he might have a pretty high tolerance for alcohol apparently, because he would not fall for anything Peyton Manning was trying to try to pour down his throat, literally. So that never worked with Ty Law. That's actually a really interesting story. Who knows if Peyton might clap back and debate that, but these guys are both Hall of Famers in their own right, and and literally speaking. So who knows if he's going to go ahead and respond to what Ty Law said about him. In other sports news, it seems that LaMelo Ball and Jermaine Jackson haven't really finalized the purchase of an NBL team, an Australian National Basketball League team by the name of Lawara Hawks. And the thing is that they went on ESPN. Jermaine Jackson went on ESPN and said, quote, "We own the team. It's a done deal." But the Hawks don't see it that way because they released a statement clarifying things, saying, quote, "The league can confirm LaMelo Ball and his management had discussions about being involved with the club while he was playing in the NBL last season. At this point, we are continuing to work with current license holder Simon Stratford on a number of options for what we hope will be a fruitful outcome for Lawara and the NBL. The NBL has final approval on any transfer of license and no application has been made to date. The NBL has no further comment at this stage." So seems like Jermaine Jackson is getting a little ahead of himself by saying that they had purchased this team, and it looks like that's not happening just yet. And who knows, maybe because he went ahead and said what he said, they might not even be interested in doing any business with them. Sometimes teams get to be a little bit cagey when it comes to somebody all of a sudden talking out of turn, and this might be that situation. So who knows if they even will have a chance to purchase this team at this point because of what Jermaine Jackson said. Up next in video game news, new Call of Duty DLC comes out next week. It's been confirmed. I will talk a little bit more about that. But up next, here's Ian Thomas featuring Kross, Money, right here on the Xander Effect.
Money comes and goes, but you will stay right here forever. Diamonds are beautiful, and we gon' shine that bright together. Let me show you all these new hits, 'cause you deserve it, girl. While we take you to the limit and give you a purpose, girl. I'ma change your life and you're gonna love it. Got a racks to the sky, but you're above it. You will love this money, girl, money, girl. I'ma spend it on you, spend it on you. Come get this money, girl, 'cause it's waiting on you, yeah. On the flow, and you can live that life forever. Hundreds, plenty gold, don't gotta go nowhere. Let me show you all these new hits, 'cause you deserve it, girl. While we take you to the limit and give you a purpose, girl. I'ma change your life and you're gonna love it. To the sky, but you're above it. You will love this money, girl. I'ma spend it on you, Come get this money, girl, 'cause it's waiting on you, yeah.
This money, girl, greenbacks I know you like. Ross, we taking off. Qwes, Kross, that big boss. You ask like I get it done. The Shandy and the Matt. We're in Switzerland, off in Antwerp like that. Where those diamonds are at. My we high flights, no risk. If it's TSA, walk right through there like who's this? Man, I'm global around. That is international band. You be counting up those pounds. You be acting like wow.
To the sky, but you're above it. You will love this money, girl. I'ma spend it on you, Come get this money, girl, 'cause it's waiting on you, yeah.
That was Ian Thomas and Kross, Money, right here on the Xander Effect. In video game news, we have a brand new Season 3 DLC coming at you for Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and it's going to be an awesome DLC. By the looks of it, Activision went ahead and posted on their they tweeted actually at Call of Duty a poster of Season 3, and it's a pretty awesome poster actually. It's got like red smoke and everything in the background with 3 characters, so we'll see what this new Season 3 brings to us. Right now, currently, it's double XP for weapons, tiers for the battle pass, and also just XP for your character as well. So it's definitely the best time to be on Call of Duty multiplayer. You get a lot of XP. Just in case you haven't tiered up your current battles pass for Season 2, you have time. You have until until the new DLC comes out, which comes out next Tuesday. So you have until then to play a lot of Call of Duty. Get that XP going. Try to see if you can get the Ghost character, which is the top tier, and another character along with that. You got time for that. Also, another game that's doing kind of a giveaway is Grand Theft Auto 5. Actually, right now they have from all of the month of April. Actually, you'll be able to get 500,000 in GTA money if you play online from this entire month. So you got an opportunity to do that, and that's gonna be that's really cool for a lot of the players that they're doing this for, especially right now in this quarantine time. So definitely go ahead and check that out. Thank you so much for listening to the Xander Effect. Remember to be safe out there. Remember to continue to trend the hashtag AW movement, giving thanks to all the essential workers that are putting their lives and their health on the line. Again, be safe out there, practice good hygiene, and remember, music always, always heals all. We'll see you next time.
Live it up. B. Taylor, Flow Rider, live it up. Live like it's the night of your life. You got the right to live. So go and live it up. Live like it's the night of your life. Let's start the party. Let's start the party. Live it up. Live like it's the night of your life. You got the right to live. So go and live it up. Live like it's the night of your life. Let's start the party. Let's start the party. Live it up.
Girl, I'm dangerous like tightrope. No talking, not that up a maestro. More like that lizard from Geico.
The Xander Effect is powered by 50/50 Global Music Inc., BMG, and Sony Music The Orchard, in association with Art 19 Media.